Hey Team Equip, so I promised you at the beginning of the year that you were going to see Mr. Foster around here a little bit more.
Hey.
And so this is our first video as a team. So Brian is really the brains behind everything that I do at Fit for His Glory, and that is literally the honest truth. He will tell you it's not, but he really is. So I can only contribute to the actual challenge groups and the Instagram posts on Faith in the Mornings. Everything else that happens that makes complete sense and is amazing is Brian. So I wanted him to hop on here today because I wanted to talk about your challenge groups and really the pitch that you are giving to people once they've left that email to you, and really the information that you're giving them up front. I think we've learned a lot of things in 2015, and Brian's an amazing tracker of all those types of things. And so going into the new year, I think that we are trying to work smarter, not harder. And so we're really looking at our systems and the way that we are gathering information and how we're talking to people and how much time we're putting into this business. And so we want to make sure at the end of the day that 90% of our time is going into the 3 vital behaviors, and obviously our current coaches and current challengers. And so looking at that, we really had to come up with some new ways of doing things. And so Brian's going to chat a little bit about some of the things that we came up with, and really one of the most important parts, once you have gotten that person's email, where you're sending them, or really what even they see before they leave their email, I guess. So if you want to talk about a little bit about that, Brian.
Yeah, so I think the big thing that we learned, I guess, in 2015 is there's ways to be kind of have better time management as far as reaching out to your challenge groups. And there's also, along with that, ways to be more efficient in what you're doing and really have better success. And so kind of starting out in 2015, one thing Caroline would do whenever she'd talk about a challenge group, she'd just put out a little post on her social media pages about it. And it was essentially just like, this is the theme of my challenge group. This is like maybe the program we're going to do. Leave your email below if you want more information. And so she would, get a lot of emails. I mean, sometimes she would get up to like 30 emails, which was awesome. But then, so what she would do is she would go into, write an email, and it'd be like this long email of everything that she's gonna, kind of do in the group, and a lot of great information. But when she'd send that over, they'd read it and they'd see the price, and it seems like they would just like wouldn't respond. We were not getting like any responses. She might get 30 emails, but she'd get like 2 responses, and it's kind of like, well, why is that? Why is she getting all these emails, but she's not getting much of a response?
And one thing that we know is that people leave their email for a reason. Like obviously they took the time, they wrote it out, but we just couldn't figure out why people, for whatever reason, just take the time to reply and say, hey, I'm not interested or something, but literally just, a lot of times nothing.
Yeah, and she would spend a lot of time, writing these emails out and then having to copy and paste them to all these, different emails. And copying and pasting obviously is quick, but when you're having to do that 30 times, 30 different emails to, and write people's names and all the emails, it takes a lot of time. And when you're not getting any responses, like, man, it just kind of deflates you.
And one thing too to mention, and I don't know if you said this, but like I was sending them a quick survey as the first email. So for a lot of these people, I'm sending them this quick survey. They might reply back, but then I'd send them the other email and they just wouldn't reply. So, and then also I was doing follow-up emails. So like Brian said, not only was I doing it 30 times, really it was like 90 times by the time that I then sent the next email and then sent a follow-up email. And so as you can imagine, that's, seeing 30 emails takes me at least an hour, if not more, during the week.
Yeah, and so the thing that kind of made me wonder is that, of these 30 people, how many people thought that maybe this group was going to be free, and when they saw the price was, a challenge pack cost 160 or, 180, if that kind of scared them away, if maybe they saw that challenge group and thought, oh, I'm just going to sign up for this. This just sounds cool. No real like commitment because they think it's free. So we decided kind of near the end of 2015 to try a different approach. And so what we did, and we did this on our website, but you can do this on your Facebook, you can do this on your Instagram. We just kind of have it on our website so people can kind of go see it all the time. But basically what we did is we decided to give a really detailed but very brief kind of overview of the challenge group. Really, just kind of everything that they're going to be getting from this challenge group. And we listed all those things, and I'll go over that list in a second just to give you an example. But then we'd also put the cost up front before they even sign up or give us their emails. So it's kind of like we know that whoever signs up, they've seen it all, they know the costs, so they're kind of like we're all in. You know, we know that if we're going to sign up, that it's $140 and we're prepared to pay that. But I think the big thing is you need to sell them on the challenge group before they even get down to where it says the cost. And so what I decided to do with Caroline is just kind of come up with the like main points of the challenge group and say, you know, this is exactly what you're going to get. So I'm just going to, and this is on Caroline's website, and it's probably going to be there as long as we feel like this is successful, and you know, so far it has been. But so I'm just going to read off like what we listed in her. And this is a February challenge group, and it's really just kind of an open group for any program. So this is what's listed. We have a little paragraph above this that just, I mean, probably like 5 sentences. It kind of talks about it, but we put the full details are below, and this is what the full detail says. It says Beachbody fitness program of your choice, $60 to $90 value. So we're putting the value of that program, if you bought it by itself, in that kind of in parentheses right next to that. And then next to it, we put 1 month supply of Shakeology, and then we put $129 value. And we also just kind of did a little tidbit about it's the most delicious superfood, you know, packed protein shake on the planet, and it's also available in vegan, just to show the options for people. So right there together, that's already possibly a $219 value that we've just laid out for them just in those first 2 things. The next thing we talk about is, or the next thing it says is daily devotionals, weekly videos answering your questions, fitness and meal planning tips, recipe sharing, exclusive Healthy Girls Guide to 2016 ebook, and then finally a 30-minute one-on-one introduction call with Caroline. And we think that's a really important one because that really shows that you're taking the time to invest in them as a coach, and you really want to get to know them. And so there's a really strong value in there that's not, I guess you can, you know, it's not
quantitative, but
it's like quantitative, but it's really, you know, worth something.
Yeah.
And then at the end we say we put the cost for this group is $140 and up, because that's about the starting price of a challenge pack. And then we break it down by the cost per day, so that would equal to about $4.60 a day. And then just to kind of put it in terms that everybody might understand too, is that it's 1.5 cups of coffee a day. So when you look at it that way, it's like, oh, that's pretty cheap. Maybe I can give up, my frozen latte or whatever people drink.
We're clearly black coffee drinkers.
Yeah, for 30 days, to join this group. And so we really try to make it easy for them to be like, oh man, I want in this group because it's really not that expensive when you break it down and look at all the things I get. And I get, a group of people that I can do life with. And so ever since we've done that, it seems like everybody that emails us, they're already in it to win it when they email us. So we're not wasting time emailing people that really aren't that interested. And it's, really saved Caroline a lot of time, really more or less.
And I mean, I may only have 1 or 2 people sign up now, but that's why it's so important that I'm talking about my groups, weeks in advance, and I'm not wasting the time talking to people that aren't interested in my product. I think one important thing here is that, and I actually talked with someone about this today, a potential coach who was interested in coaching under another lady in our team. But one of her questions was really just like, how do I be a coach and love Jesus and make this like a business and a ministry? And one of the things I told her, and I think this really goes hand in hand with this page and kind of our approach with being really upfront with people about what they're receiving, is that healthy Christian exchanging of money is a good thing because we both benefit from it, right? Like, yes, I'm benefiting, but the person on the other end is benefiting as well. And the times when Jesus was unhappy with the way that money was being handled is when people were being taken advantage of in the Bible. And so when we really think of it like that, Jesus was a carpenter. People bought things from him. And so how can I run this business and be really upfront with people and make sure they're getting the absolutely best value possible and that I'm not taking advantage of anything or anything that they could give me or whatever, but that they see the real value in me as their coach. And so this just sets me apart. This gives them a really great idea of what they're going to be receiving, and everything's just pretty upfront. And I think that, like Brian said, like helping them see the value in the challenge pack, because at the end of the day, we've got to quit trying to reinvent the wheel. And if that's your passion and God's given you that and you're kind of the entrepreneur spirit, like go get it. But for me personally, I don't have this degree in personal training or nutrition degree or whatever, these different licenses. And so for me to successfully set people up to win, I have to make sure that they get the challenge pack if they really want to see the results that they want. And so this is just a really great way for me to do it and for me to be really upfront with people and save, like Brian said, a lot of time putting into this and going back and forth with people when they're not probably really that interested in my challenge groups and challenge packs.
And just real quick, last thing I wanted to say is also on that page, one thing we did is put pictures of, if it's like a certain program, we put a picture of that program. And then, for instance, if it's like Shakeology, we put a picture of Shakeology. And if it comes with, a blender bottle and the portion control packs, we put pictures of that too. So, the more visual, obviously, the better they can see what they're getting. And even, kind of if there's like a video for the program, we kind of put that in there. All great things with the website, but, you could find things like that to do if you have a social media page like Facebook or Instagram, you can put pictures on your posts as well. So just all good things. I think that, these will really help you guys.
And if you're a new coach and you're sitting there thinking to yourself, okay, I hear all this, but I don't have a website. I don't really have a place that I can send people. That's okay. There are other places that you can send people. You can create like an e-document that you just send over to people. You can just save it as a PDF, and it's kind of like what you send to people when they leave your email. This isn't something that has to happen tomorrow. This isn't something that you necessarily even put at the top of your to-do list. This is just something that I recommend if you've got a website already or if you're in the process of starting one. And we're actually going to be doing a business accelerator program that we're really excited about, and we will walk you through the process of starting your own website and getting everything good to go on that as well. Brian's had a lot of experience with building different websites, and so I think that business accelerator program will also really help you guys, and that's hopefully going to be here closer to March. So,
and it'll be like building a website for dummies, because I'm basically a dummy when it comes to building websites, and it's really easy with the service we use, and I'll kind of make it all easy for you in the video. So just stay tuned for that.
Yeah, but I think that's everything for tonight. Anything else?
That's it.
Please comment below in the comments if you have questions about any of this. I know that it can be a lot of information at once, but we are absolutely here to help you. And again, super stoked to see Brian on our videos now. And hopefully he'll be back with me again soon. And hope you guys enjoyed this power video. Have a good one.